Alright, you guys, we're back with music and reading music. Now, reading music is not one of my funnest things to do, but we're going to keep going and we're going to learn about music because we need to know. Alright, what we already know, we have the whole note, quarter note, half note, dotted half note. We have the dotted quarter note. We have the eighth note. We have the 16th note and the 32nd note. Most of the time, you don't see the 30-second note, so you really don't have to worry about it at the beginning stage of music. What you probably want to worry about mostly is the whole note, the quarter note, the half note, and the eighth note. So, I like to use this analogy with, I guess, money and fractions and stuff like that. So, it's like a third grade mentality. And, when you learning in third grade, when you're learning, you learn about fractions, you learn about all the money and stuff. You're pretty much just getting exposed to it, and you're pretty much breaking stuff down. So when we look closer here, we have a dollar. You're just breaking it down like so. You have a dollar, which is like one beat. You have 50 cents. When you break down the dollar, and that's half of $1. Two halves equal a whole. And then 4/4 equal a whole as well. So when we break down a dollar, we have 50 cents. That's half of a dollar, right? 50 cents is just like a half note. The dollar is just like the whole note in reference to the measure. Now, in this particular example, the dollar is just like the quarter note because dollar equals one beat, right? Now, if the dollar equals one beat, what's half of one beat? An eighth note. Now, it's pretty much twice as fast. And they pretty much go. You cut the worth of the beat down in half as you go down. And when you cut a half in half, you get quarters. And then you have 4/4, which equal a whole. You have 2/4, which equal a half. Just like the prefix quat. And just use your prefixes. Whole, you think whole like a dollar before beats, but a whole note is probably going to be the longest note that you see on music when you're first starting out. Now, you'll see different techniques of music to tie two notes together to make a longer note, but for most part, whole notes are the longest single note that you'll find. Let's see here. Now we move down. If we move down into the corner, we'll see a more in-depth and I guess advanced take on this. So we have music notes that are applied to this. We have a quarter note, which is one beat, of course. A quarter note, when you split it in half, are 2/8 notes. When you split those 8 notes in half, they're 2/16 per eighth note. So it's just like fractions. When you have fractions, you're pretty much saying this. 1 equals, let's see, 1 beat equals 2/8. And or 4/16. That's pretty much what you're saying. And I know my notation is a little off for this one, but we can also write it like this. And this is what you'll see on music. You'll see it written like this on music. You'll see when you're learning, you'll see this. You'll see something along the lines of this. And all of these are equivalent. And it's pretty fun playing 16th notes when you're trying to get the hang of them, because when you get the hang of them, you become a really advanced player. I believe that the 16th notes are the bridge to all advanced playing when you learn your 16th notes, because 32nd notes, yeah, they're effective, but the ear doesn't really register them as well. Most of the time 32nd notes are really short, and they're made for like gliss, or I guess yeah, just gliss and other techniques, or maybe even graces, but probably not graces, but we'll learn about those techniques later. But yeah, all of those values are equivalent. 4/16 equal a whole, so 2/16 equal a half. And let's go, I almost forgot about this analogy here. If you have a whole note, this is 2 half notes. Whole note equals 2 half notes. And you have 4 quarter notes here. Excuse this. You have 4 quarter notes here. 2 quarter notes equal a half. 2 half notes equal a whole. 4 quarter notes equal a whole. So that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, make any comments you need to below. And this is pretty much the basics of music, you guys. We're gonna learn more about the way it's applied into the form of music later. But stay tuned for the next episode, and we will show you how music is applied on pieces of paper and scores and you know, compositions. So this is Devin for Reading Music, and stay tuned for the next episode.